Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's doing great today. It is a Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock-ish. Still pretty damn cold in Albuquerque, though. It'll heat up. It'll get to be 75 plus degrees today. But anyway, I hope everyone's having a great day out there. And I just got off a short little story to tell. Nothing big. Just something that happened to me recently that has been stressing me the fuck out, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me why I was letting it stress me out so much. But I figured out why, basically, why it was stressing me out so much, ultimately. But so here's the take. So basically, I have a court date coming up in less than a week on the 23rd, and also I'm due to fly out that day. Now, there's about a 3-hour difference, from the time I'm supposed to be in court to the time I'm supposed to fly out. Now, I know that's cutting it close, but this is Albuquerque. Our airport is literally just two terminals that split in like a Y. Okay, so unlike most huge metropolitan airports, it doesn't take a long time to get through the whole rigmarole of security. Like, if I'm already checked in, which I can do online, and I'm doing just carry-ons, all I have to do is make it through security, and that's it. And that's 15, 20 minutes, Even if it's packed, it's like 30 minutes. It's just not the same as, say, like DFW or even Midway Airport in Chicago or O'Hare, any of these huge, LAX, all these giant fucking, airports. So, honestly, in reality, you need maybe an hour to get from the moment you step out at the airport to the terminal, and that's still giving yourself a lot of time. That's still giving yourself at least 30 minutes. So honestly, that 3 hours, in my experience, court takes roughly an hour, and that's if it takes a long time. It's normally in and out unless it's like a trial of the century type thing, and this isn't anything like that. Like, I've already got a plea, all this stuff. Like, it's already pretty much like cut and dry. We just have to go through the, I guess, ceremony of it all. But anyway, so I've been freaking out about possibly missing my plane, and I've got like a first class ticket for the first time in my life, and I've flown a lot in my life, but never flown first class for some reason. Managed to get a decent deal on a ticket during the holidays. I've got to go down to Texas and see some friends and family and take care of some business, and so it was really important to me, and so that anxiety was building already for, oh shit, am I going to miss my flight now because I made them too close together, when in reality, I should have plenty of time, But one can never be too careful. You never know what's going to happen, so I'm asking my lawyer, kind of telling him the predicament, like, hey, how long is this going to take, and at first he's telling me, oh, it could be several hours. I'm like, I mean several hours? I mean, it's going to take 3 hours to do this? And then that's when the anxiety really hit me, like, oh my God, that's my window, that means I'm going to miss my flight. So, I start kind of telling him, like, hey, I actually have a flight that day, what am I supposed to do? He's like, oh, well, we can let the courts know that you have to fly out that day, and they'll most likely let you. And I'm like, well, I'm already free to travel. There's no restriction on me leaving. So, what does that even mean? Does that still mean it's going to take a really long time, and I'm going to have to, like, stand up and be like, I got to fly, kind of thing? Or, I mean, he wasn't being clear with me. It was really odd. And I'm like, I'm paying this guy a lot of fucking money, so, like, he needs to be fucking upfront with me, And so, I'm basically telling him, like, I don't want to miss it. I don't want it to be the issue. So he advised me, and this is what my lawyer advised me via text, to either push the flight back or even push it to a whole nother day. And this is Thanksgiving week. There's no way in hell that's going to happen, But of course, here I am stressing. And I can't figure out why it's stressing me out so much. It's not a huge deal. It really isn't, but it's just stressing me out. And so I get to this point where I'm about to, I'm on that verge of it being like panic stress kind of thing. because I couldn't get anything pushed back, obviously. And the only way I could was to change the date and like pay an astronomical amount of money. I'm talking like the price of my full round trip and then some and then some and then some, giving up my first class arrangement, So I'm already just like, well, I don't have the money to do that. It's not even practical for me to do that. I'm trying to move. I got things I got to do. I can't go dropping, literally hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a fucking one-way plane ticket, So I text my lawyer and I'm finally like, listen, man, I couldn't get it done, so my flight's at 12:37. What do we need to do to make this work? And you know what he texts me back? Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. It should only actually take a few minutes. I wanted to fucking I wanted to throw my cell phone out the goddamn window while I was driving. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? A few minutes? I've been stressing for 3 days about this bullshit, losing sleep because you just, instead of giving me the advice that I've been paying you for from the start, from the very beginning, you did this whole rigmarole? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And then my stress was gone. And I realized right then and there where the stress was coming from. It wasn't coming from the whole situation. It was coming from the fact that I wasn't trusting my instincts, that I was doubting myself and my decision and my plan, And it was just like, oh, light went on, like, oh my God. It wasn't the situation, because honestly, it wasn't a big deal. Like, if I didn't make the flight, I could have gotten a credit through American Airlines or whatever, because I did get the insurance, I did all that, so I could still get the credit and fly later and do something, So I just wouldn't get to go and do what I had planned to do. And that's really big for me, like, if I'm going to plan to do something, if I don't get to do it, it really stresses me out, And I figured out why. It's because it's me doubting myself and my abilities and my plan and the whole thing that I set up in my head and in my heart, and the best laid plans are always laid to ruin, and you got to remember that. But still, like, it doesn't keep us from making plans. Our world wouldn't exist without them. This car I'm driving in wouldn't exist without a plan, without a blueprint, a start and a finish, So it's still very important, even if it's risky, to make these plans, and this is with anything in life: relationships, love, vacation, a job, your daily to-do list, your schedule, whatever. But anyway, I thought that was an interesting story. I know it doesn't really matter to most people out there. It's just bullshit. It's just more rigmarole in the ether that is the internet. But it's interesting. Maybe some of you out there can relate. Because I certainly hold stress. And I hate it. And it's one of those things I like. And figuring out actually where a stress trigger comes from is a big thing for me. That's like serious progress and healing and stuff like that. That shows an awareness that up to this point I haven't been able to really explore or even do I had. It's always been there. Obviously, it's just being able to use it as a tool. Like a mental tool to help me not be a fucking crazy, stressed out asshole. But anyway, thanks for the ear and the shoulder, and you folks have a great day. MGTOW Mondays is going to be a thing from here on out. I'm just going to do a rant every Monday. It's going to be a MGTOW rant, maybe that'll get it on some sort of algorithm. I don't know. But anyway, I bet you if I did this shit on Twitter, it would have a way, like, people would just love to cancel me, But I'm at the bottom of the rung on YouTube right now, so not getting a whole lot of exposure. But anyway, somebody might see it someday. So, you folks have a great day. Thank y'all. And, just don't let people knock you off your course. and stay true to who you are. And remember what right and wrong actually is.